Hey guys, we're live.
Was that the
You're used to the Kelvin verse, you're used to the Prime
Oh.
universe, you're used to the JJ verse. Now it's time for Trek Versus, which
Well,
is a verse of its own, kind of.
although in
What if
fairness,
verse?
it's kind of like Trek question mark verse.
Well, yeah,
Which
Trek's
was
on its side, literally.
it's cool. It makes you think, oh, we're both drunk and stupid, but in kind of a cool way. What is life? And I'm drunk.
We're
Yes.
definitely stupid, so.
Well, yeah. Stuart, yes, you exploded into the channel with a brand new formula, which we in its basic terms we did in 2018 and never released.
Yeah.
Very basic as to terms. There's a whole load more gamified. You guys aren't ready yet for what is to come. Neither are we, because it's random. We don't know.
It's true.
It's
random.
We don't know.
It's random scenarios, two random people per person, and a
With
ship.
graphics.
And we have to make an argument as ridiculous as it's going to be
Yes.
about a thing. And we have to... You guys get to vote on who the winner is.
Yes.
And fun fact with this one, you guys can super chat in with your own scenarios that we can include in the randomization of the scenarios. So if you have anything that comes up that you guys want to super chat in for, you can do that, and we will add it into the roster for maybe next time or this time. It doesn't really matter. It's all randomized.
For scenarios, that's pretty amazing because you can
Yeah.
this isn't just battles. There's some real weird stuff in this selection.
It's gonna
It gets wonky, and what's great, like I say, if you keep adding stuff that's weird and wonderful, then we forget what we've added, and therefore we'll be like, oh, well, that was a thing. Oh my god, we were random in 2023, etc. So I'll start sharing. Hair in my mouth. I'll start sharing. Go back to you in a second. Hopefully, this is like a drunk yards. You control our lives with your answers, with the poll results. So I will see you in a minute.
That's right. So it's my chance to tell you guys to hit like. As always, please like the video. Make sure you're subscribed, because a lot of people get unsubscribed randomly. So subscribe. Hit that bell notification icon to all so you don't miss any content, either edited or lives. And by all means, super chat in. We want to hear your thoughts, suggestions. You guys get to vote on the winners of each round based on our ridiculous arguments, because they will be. They're all off the top of our heads, based on the characters we're presented with. And it's a bracket system. You'll see the bracket in a minute, but it's going to be a fun thing to do. It's kind of like a game show almost, putting me and Sam on the spot. And like I said, if you super chat in, you can actually create scenarios for us that we can add to the roster. So should be a fun interactive thing. And like I said, you guys get to vote on the winners. So that's always awesome as well. And that's just the regular chat. We want to hear from you guys as to who won the discussion. And, you know. So anyways, do the things. Hit the like button. That's very important. We have 27 people watching and only 10 likes. We can get those likes up to 30 easily. Hit that like button right now. And by all means, check out all the links down below. There's links to the Teespring, TeePublic, and the awayteamgear.com Trekyards stuff. So go check it all out. And I actually bought some shirts off of TeePublic today myself, because they're having a sale right now. So if you want some Trekyard shirts, click that link. Check out the options. I've adjusted a few of the shirts in there as well, and made them more, smaller little logos and more wearable. So check the stuff out, guys. But yeah,
I am back.
He's back. All right.
Not Aussie, no, not yet. We don't know who's the first competitors. We can't do it as a thumbnail. But Stuart, dare we bring our first competitor to the ring of this chaos that will ensue?
Let's show everybody the bracket.
Yes. Look at those pretty colours. It's so Trek, but so not. Dear me.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome.
So who's flying today, Stuart?
I have no idea. How do I know? This is our first.
There we go.
There it is. So we got Moriarty and Geordi with the USS Prometheus.
Bastard.
Going against Lore and Peanut Hamper with the Pasteur.
Goodness. That's now again, this is random, guys. So this isn't like our hubris of let me just steal Sam's ship and everything will be great. This is out of many options. This is what we got. And what's the situation, Stuart? Because that's also random and also weird.
The situation this time is Khan has cloned himself and has taken over both of your ships and thrown your crews in the brig. Who would retake their ship the fastest?
Cloned him? That's a little backstory right there by itself. Although my brain's already which Khan, because Benedict would be different to Motobon. I think there's some you can just do whatever you want with that a little bit. And I believe also we said that people have their own in-universe knowledge, meaning I think we said like they can't just, you know, it's not as if they suddenly know how to pilot this ship. It's like, well, they have the knowledge they had because it's random, right? So that can sometimes be good, sometimes be bad.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'd have like, oh yeah, Law can fly the Pasteur. Can he? Yes? No. That'd be a bit of a cheat, wouldn't it?
I have one request for our backstage crew, though. I don't have a timer that I can see in real time, because all I got is the live timer.
That is true.
So if they could throw one in that I can see on the thing that I'm looking at on the other thing, that would be great, because I got delayed on the live, and that's not going to help much, because usually I come in just at the last second sometimes.
Brett, good luck, because we discussed that as a problem anyway. We didn't realize that was for you as well. Good point. Yeah. Excellent. Might use a phone for the first one, Stuart. The first set of runs. Oh, what?
Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, how this works, guys, is we each get like 2 minutes to make our case. If we don't use all the time, we can use the time remaining in a rebuttal after the other person says their little bit. And we'll kind of, like, this is a test run. We have tested it off camera, and we're going to adjust and finesse things as we go. So there could be changes. There might be the option to steal the other team's, loadout, if you will, at some point as well. So it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. And sometimes the ships come into play. Sometimes they don't. It's usually just the characters. And how are we going to get many cloned Khans off of our ship? Who would retake the ship the fastest? I mean, the scenarios are ridiculous, and that's why we're counting on you guys as well to super chat in with really weird scenarios that you might want to see us talk about. So, and yeah, as Matt says in the chat there, make sure you hit that like button, guys. We have 30 of you right now and 18 likes. Let's get those likes up to 30 at least. We also have
explain the poll, because this is don't just click on it. Don't just click on it.
The poll says, who has won based on Sam and Stuart's arguments? Now, this after we give our arguments, you guys vote, and you guys get to decide who wins. So the polls are really important in this one.
Okay, I think just in general you should go first, because the captain's rank, etc.
I still don't have a timer.
Phone, Stuart. Phone. It's okay.
Oh, I don't want to use my phone.
It's only going to be three sets of phones. Well, 8 set of phones. Whatever.
Hold on, I gotta find my timer thing.
That's okay. Okay, guys, clone yourself and take over both of your ships and thrown your crews into the brig. So we have crews. That's interesting.
Alright, I got a timer then.
Okay, so you ready? In 3, 2, 1, action.
Oh, hold on. Start.
And action.
There we go. There now it's all right. So I got Moriarty and Geordi. Geordi, of course, is a technical wizard. He would be able to get in those Jeffries tubes and make sure that he can get to the areas that need the implementation of anesthetine gas or whatever. Moriarty is, of course, a hologram, and if he's working with Geordi, as they are supposed to be in this situation, I would assume that Geordi on the Prometheus, obviously they have holo emitters everywhere, so Moriarty can go anywhere, get in, get out, and do what he has to do. So I'm assuming that Moriarty would also clone himself, being a hologram. He could basically outnumber Khan on the ship, and I don't know how tactile he is necessarily. I think Geordi would up the holo projectors to make him very tactile, so you could punch out a few Khans. It's basically artificial life form versus superhuman. I don't think the ship's going to come into play yet. I mean, you do have the multi-vector set assault mode. I would assume they would try to shuffle them all off onto one portion of the ship. Geordi could even implement some transporter locks and beam some of the cons into one part of the ship and then effectively separate the ship, possibly even blowing up that section after it's separated. You do have 3 assault or modes in that, so put them in the smallest one, take it out. It'll be the lower one, maybe. No, I don't know. The top one, but that's got the bridge and stuff. Regardless, they get him off the ship, and I'm stopping there. That's my pause. I got 22 seconds left.
Interesting, guys. Mull over his energetic, creative thoughts, but you know, think of little me as well here, because currently you're winning 100%. All right. I mean, I guess
we should put the poll up after we've done our arguments, though.
Well, it's just so it's there, because you can re-vote on a. I guess you can't. Can you? No.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good bet. Well, you know, next time.
We're going to end the poll there. We're going to put the poll up after. Is that okay?
Sure.
That's probably the best way to do it. That way people don't jump the gun.
Yes. Okay. That's fair. I was trying to be efficient.
Poll is ended.
Yes.
So you're going to have to re-vote if you already voted.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So both my guys are bad guys, which does help, you know, valuing life, etc. Law, of course, is more of a superhuman than Khan. He's both super smarter and super stronger and doesn't need to breathe, which are my big arguments here. Peanut Hamper, real dick, also doesn't have to breathe. I'm picturing them both in the brig. Peanut Hamper looks at Khan, looks at Law, and she replicates a little laser scalpel, goes into a certain place, because she has, you know, medical record. She's a medical person. Cuts into part of the brig, disables it. I'm assuming Pasteur, being a medical ship, would have an automatic way of deactivating force fields in the brig for safety, because, you know, people can't die in the brig on a medical ship. That's not very safe. And then Law's going to go in and murder all the Khans. Rip their throats out, break their necks, you know, chewy. But you can't get all the Khans, despite murdering at least 10 or 15 clone Khans, assume there are many. So guess what? He has to breathe, good old Khan. So Peanut Hamper is going to go inside the many depths of the ship, of course she can go into, being a little flying self, find the air generator of the ship, and zap it, and laugh, and put on the comm system so that Khan is like, what is this? Peanut Hamper! And the air will go down. But then Law doesn't want to give the power to Peanut Hamper. So he finds the Khans, I'm sure in little pockets of safe area, and will force, rip doors apart and force airlocks open and have the Khans fly out of the ship, hitting bulkheads deep into space. And they're both going to be on the bridge, sit there and fly there. Yes, they fly now. And be content. Had a job well done. 16 seconds.
Perfect. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to take... See, I love listening to that. I might have a thing or two to say about yours, but yep. I don't know if we're going to have a rebuttal session. I'm not sure how we're going to handle that.
Now should I put the poll up again?
Yeah, put the poll up now.
Okay.
Leave it there for that first round. That's fine.
Okay.
We'll find a way to streamline this at some point.
It's our first game ever. Together, anyway.
Yes.
All right.
So, guys, the poll's going to go up in a second. You guys get to vote for who had the better solution. I love his. I'm going to compliment his. That's the thing we should do here while we're discussing it, while you're voting. I love that Laura's ripping people apart and that Peanut Hamper can get anywhere, because that's what their exocomps are designed for, to get in and repair systems and things. Yep. That's friggin' great. But your ship would be covered in blood, and you know that your ship has carpet everywhere. But it's a medical ship, so it's probably designed with stain-resistant carpet. But I can just imagine Khans getting ripped apart and blood flying everywhere. Oh my god.
Although, may the Khan blood heal all the other Khan clones. Because magic Khan blood heals everyone.
Wow, that's true. We didn't say if this was JJ Khan or real Khan.
Yeah, and I liked yours that, the idea of him hologrammatically cloning himself is fun, because then we know Prometheus has holoprojected the entire ship, so that was a big advancement, so that makes that really useful. I don't know if they can make him hard light, but that's kind of not really the point, because Khan wouldn't be able to deal with that many, there's at the very least bothering him to the point of unable to cope. You imagine being in a little turbolift shaft and having 15 Moriarty saying, "Are you okay there, Khan? I hate all of you, your stupid accent." And then Geordi's just doing a thing. That was fun. I visualized that.
Yeah. I like the idea of being able to separate the ship, put all the Khans on one section as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what my guys would do. They would destroy the air rather have Khan breathe it versus turn it off. So we both ruined part of our ship in the process, but my guys would do that.
Neither one of them needs air.
No, indeed, it's brilliant.
I just vacuum the whole ship. I mean, you get a few Khans would get to like spacesuits, or, like breathers. But,
you got most of them, which is the important thing.
Well, guys, go vote. We have 15 votes currently. We have 37 people here, though, so you guys can make the difference. Vote on your favorite solution to the problem.
I'll put a timer up for a vote as well, because I think that probably makes sense. Let's have another 2-minute timer for vote. That's 2 seconds. A 2-minute timer to vote now. In that poll, decide who wins.
Or forever hold your peace.
Indeed.
Yeah, because I was thinking right away, you got Laura and Peanut Hamper. They don't need oxygen. You can use the anesthetizing gas. You can flood the whole ship with it. And like I said, some Khans would get to spacesuits and stuff, but effectively, that's great.
But I just like, again, I was visualizing what they would do. Laura's such a tactile man, and Peanut Hamper is such a dick. She would actively just destroy the air so that it just goes down slowly, so that Khan's like, I can't, because you can't restore the air, right? Like, if you literally destroy the computer to just make the air. So it's like, oh no, I've got 45% air left. Like, it's more gruesome because she's a bitch.
I just like the visual of mine. All of a sudden, Moriarty's popping up everywhere, and Khans are just like they're accessing systems. Because they'd be basically being programmed or told what to do by Geordi as well.
Well,
who's got the technical know-how. And
it's interesting because I was picturing in Prometheus. I mean, they are hard light mostly, because they have to hold and touch things. But it depends how far you can push that, right? Because obviously they are touching the consoles.
Yeah.
But, like, can you punch through one? Because that's a slightly different form of, you know?
That's why I said I'm not sure if Geordi could ramp up the destructivity of them, but...
But we know that Andy, whatever the guy's name, did Vulcan neck pinch. I think he did the captain. So they can obviously touch people, and that's the important thing in that equation. And obviously if you then have 55 Moriartys actually controlling the consoles, then in theory you could make him everywhere and just touch the consoles, right? And just do all, Joyce says, hello, well, in fact, doesn't he need Geordi to help him? He's got all the bloody knowledge himself. I mean, just...
Yeah, he does. He does the whole knowledge. Well, the Enterprise, anyway.
Yeah.
Or so Geordi would just upload all the information for the Prometheus into him.
That's the problem. Does Khan know how to control ships or not? There's always that slight differentiation of...
He knows all about the Constitution class, but that's it. And the Reliance a little bit.
The end of our poll, Stuart. 20 votes exactly. A steep victory for one side. Tell us the results, Stuart.
So Moriarty and Geordi, or the captain here, wins with 80%. Lauren Peanut Hamper gets... I think your result is way too low. I really loved yours once you started going. So...
Yeah, people got to listen to it as well as just vote on their gut.
That's why we got to wait till at the end.
But the thing is, we've got two sets of very smart people, which is not going to always be the case. Like,
yes, the bevel of idiots.
Yeah, well, exactly. So this is like, well, damn. I mean, Laura's such a powerhouse, but like I say, he's a singular. Moriarty is a hologram. But that's a very hard duo. But you like what I said about how the Pastor probably some medical specialty of like removing force fields, because it's a medical ship, right?
Well, it's also a medical ship. They would be able to put gas in certain areas as well. Like if they're recovering somebody from a ship that had no oxygen and they needed to triox compound them really quickly, like they would have those quarantine areas.
But I don't think artificial people who don't need to breathe would think about gas as a solution, But that's a fair point if there's anyone who can breathe. But murder's easier. It's law after all. And I was just picturing, I know it's not technically law, but I was picturing the scene where Data breaks the neck of Borg when he's getting raged. That, but Khan was what I was picturing. Deary me. So let us know, guys. You guys voted, so I guess you do agree. So we have another 2 combatants and a new situation, because it all does change each time.
It does. So, and this is random. We don't even know what's going to be popping up. So
we don't. Donnie, don't know.
All right, so they're up. Captain, I have Worf.
No, you don't. Yes, you do.
Worf and Chakotay on a Klingon bird of prey.
See, I feel like we would be like, is that a Burrell? Is that a Cavort? Like, that's what my brain goes to.
I'd say Burrell. Say Burrell. You got the odd couple, Gowron and Dr. Bashir, on the Franklin. Oh.
I mean, they'd have fun.
They would. And the situation that they're going to be dealing with.
Yes.
You and your crew are entered into an intergalactic cooking competition. Win it.
I feel lucky about this one, I'll be honest.
Well, you get to go first on this one, so.
Oh, okay. We had more vamp time last time, but okay.
Well, if you need more vamp time, we can do that. 36 people here, 27 likes. We still haven't hit our 30 like mark. Hit that one, guys, and participate. We need you guys. And if you think of any weird scenarios, like you got 2 now that you've seen, anyone that you want to add to the roster, super chat it in. We will take those ones for sure. Anything you guys super chat.
Super chat is power, as you guys know.
Yeah. And we want this to be interactive. We want you guys get to vote on the winner. Plus, you also get the opportunity to throw us curveballs with the different scenarios. So,
okay, are you ready?
I am 100% ready. Yes.
Okay, so Gowron, not a cook, I'm gonna guesstimate, but I think he knows good food, Klingon food. Bashir, really freaking smart. He knows food, doesn't like cooking. Franklin, we did a test with this originally, and I said the Franklin's interesting because it has an older style of ship, which means it has a galley. Presumably, it has a section for fresh food. There's no replicators. It can't do that yet. So it's just a galley with original stuff. So I think if they were intergalactically cooking, Gowron is going to bolsterously say, "Well, Bashir, you should do this." He's like, "What's that?" It's gach with spices, and he's like, "Ah, I could do that." But did you know, Gowron, that gach's third stomach has a special enzyme that can create double heat if you do this? What? And then they science medicals the DNA medical slices some gach and makes it super gach. So, and then Gowron eats it, but that's a real problem because he eats all the gach. So it's make a second batch even stronger, and it's so strong that it floors the people in the competition. And then it goes even further, Stuart, because then he challenges him to further. He's like, smart human, make it even more powerful. Then it becomes super mega gach that makes you high, full, and horny. All those things, because he keeps pushing Bashir, and Bashir's flat face like, for you, Chancellor, I will. And at the end of the day, this competition, this peace between people becomes peace in the quadrant. Bashir managed to do a new peace treaty with Gowron. We're peace with the Klingon Empire. New, brand new peace. The Dominion War is solved. We have the Klingons beside us. All is well. Cooking and food and peace. 24 seconds.
Very good. Food and Peace sounds like a cookbook. Okay, well.
It's mostly improv, I'll be honest. At the first.
Well, that's the point. This is to get creative and keep us on our toes, and it's going to be fun. So, all right, it's my turn.
Reset.
Yeah, and now. All right, so Worf has the advantage of being on a Klingon ship where we know there's a Targ pit. I know that Targs are pets, but they're also food as well. So Chakotay, of course, would tell a story of his people, where an ancient ancestor of his put a rock in the water, and then every villager, every member of the tribe came up and added a carrot or an onion, and it became a soup or a stew at the end. So, of course, they would go around the ship collecting the gach, collecting the targ meat, collecting all these Klingon delicacies that they could turn into this immensely awesome stew. You know that there's a lot of stuff on a Klingon ship. It's all disgusting, but it's still there. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're into the spicy things. So, yeah, I'm running out of steam on this one already. I think they'd come up with a pretty interesting big pot of stew. That's all I can say. They might scrape the deck plates. There might be something good there on the Klingon ship because they don't really clean. They don't have carpets. They got that grating, and who knows what gets stuck to that, right? Plus, I mean, if the whales were just there, you'd have some salt water. That would make it nice and salty, and spice things up that way. Plus, you can add some blubber. That would really thicken things up. Humpback whale stew is what they're going to make. That's the end of my. That's the end. I'm sorry. That's disgusting considering what whales are endangered species, but that's okay. I'm done. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. We murdered George and Gracie right at the last second.
Fucking hell. I had a bird of prey. I had to take it.
Well, in fairness, I made galactic peace. You killed the whales. We both escalated the last 10 seconds. Wow. I love your story on that. I love the backstory there was fun. That was. It's like you had no idea what you were cooking, but you had a journey to get there.
Yeah, he would have a story amongst his people. You know that.
I'm just picturing Worf being like, "What is this, Akuchi Moya?"
I love the poll results. There was, boom, I win, you win, tie, I win. This is great. Go vote, guys. Who had the better story?
And it's
no, yours was good using Bashir's medical knowledge. I didn't even mention replicators because I'm sure they have Klingon replicators. But the fresh food storage on the Franklin was a nice touch, I gotta say. Gowron would be like, or Bashir would say, "Is it ready? Not today. Got to cook more." And you could have included some of Bashir's secret Section 31 knowledge to make some really spicy.
Oh, it's too secret. Oh, how did you know he didn't?
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
Get it? Secret. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. Because I just picture, hopefully picture as well, just Gowron being beside him, being like, "Keep going, Doctor. Yes, more." And he's just backseat cooking. You know, he's doing none of the work. He's just the hype man. You know, and Bashir's just adding more and more mad scientist shit.
Look at the poll, man. 14 votes were tied, 50-50. Ooh, I don't know we never took into account what would happen in the event of a tie.
I mean, someone's got to vote into. Well, go put another timer for the.
Put on another 2-minute timer.
Yeah, and it's made we both had Klingons as a huge problem in our shit. We're limited to Klingon food. Instantly both locked in.
These are all randomized. So, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Wow.
And we don't even know the setups that are coming, either the scenarios or the team ups. So. And I like how we incorporated the ships in both of our arguments. I remember on the trial runs of these, I didn't even mention the ship in a few of them until I got to the final, and then I thought I should pull it in as a tie-in, but it's great.
I forced mine in on everyone, just to name drop, because they all do vaguely something interesting. But these are some good ships so far. It's funny because
Olam Drab. I should have mentioned the blood wine. That would add that in to make it.
Yeah, but really Gowron would just buy the blood wine factory. You know, and just
yeah, but you put it in this.
Oh, in the well, yeah, you got a stew.
I got barrels of blood wine.
Yeah, right. I got a gach. You got stew. Yeah.
You add wine to cooking all the time to add the flavor, right?
I feel like we'd have to. I feel that one of the judges is probably Riker, because he'd appreciate the food. Sorry. Yes. But it's funny because you've got two somewhat undynamic people. The fact that you've got Worf, I don't think he can cook at all, and Chakotay, I feel like he can, but he did wonderfully niche cooking. So the odd couple of them, and just their chemistry is going to be so weird. We never see them act together. I think they're just be so an interesting odd couple.
Joe Brown has an excellent idea. Tiebreaker, super chat, sudden death. Highest super chat amount declares the winner.
Oh, we got 22 seconds, guys, and you know,
there's no more tie
comments, and questions.
So if at the end of the timer it's tied, then we would do that sudden death super chat. I like that. I like that a lot.
8, 7, 6,
5, 18 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Oof. Worf and Chakotay just edge it out by
and 20 votes again.
Yeah, so 55% for Worf and Chakotay, 44 for Gowron and Bashir. Oof. Okay.
All right.
Are you guys enjoying this format? Let us know in the comment section. Comment yes or no or whatever. I mean, if it was no, you'd probably have clicked off by now. But we got 37 people, 33 likes. Hit that like button. But let us know if you're happy with this. I think this would be fun and something that keeps us both on our toes and having fun.
On our toes is certainly true.
Yeah.
Always keeps on going. Dear me.
I'm always looking forward to the next scenario because they're always crazy.
And like you said, super chat to put some scenarios in. They can be very simple, or even a space battle. That is an option. And certainly, if you super chat and get good views on this, then weird things can accrue. Because I certainly, and I said this in the pre-show, that what if I accidentally sent our back team all of the Trekyards original ships?
Yeah,
exactly. Oh look, Stuart's on the Storm Terror. Oh look, I'm on the Arizona. Look, you're on the And then you get like David Bessig's like random verse, like, yes, in his verse, whales eat you, therefore anything can happen. Weird stuff on our ships.
Everybody is enjoying the format by the looks of it, and I like the idea. This should be during a Trekyards, because loser takes a shot would make the whole game progress so much more fun.
Well, this would escalate, yeah. But yeah. I mean, you can imagine this being also like doing 2 rounds, and then you could do, Anyway, but what is our next competition and groups?
All right, so next one is the Southern Bells, Dr. Crusher and Mark Twain on the Excelsior.
Okay.
Versus Lorgnan. Lorca and Guinan on the Borg scout ship. I already feel bad because I would have loved to have Lorca, but hey, that's okay. But the scenario is...
You could have given him your room key. You're at the same convention, Stuart. You chose not to give him your room key. You know, you get
true.
One key to give that convention. Sorry.
Yeah. So the scenario this time is your team is competing in a space race. Cross the finish line first. I get to go first on this.
Now, qualifier. Is this Prime or Mirror Lorca? Because they are different. Who do you want me to have here?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, because these are technicalities. You know.
You get to pick.
Okay.
It's your argument point, so.
Okay. Do you
right.
need vamp time, or are you good?
I'm good to go.
Okay. Give me a count.
Ready?
Yep.
Hitting it now. All right, so you know the Southern folks, like, you know that Mark Twain or Sam Clemens would have some amazing recipes under his belt because they love to cook. You know, the crawdads, all that stuff. They really love that kind of thing. So Beverly Crusher, again, the medical know-how to add some really interesting spices that really enhance not even the flavor but the effects of the food that they're going to make for this race. I was just throwing you off there. All right, the Excelsior. Transwarp, we're going up against the Borg. Everybody's got transwarp now. So yeah, Mark Twain is kind of useless. See, I got to qualify. Is he the real Mark Twain brought forward in time, or is he a hologram? Beverly Crusher has captained before, but she, you know, the universe was collapsing on her, so she knows that time is of the essence, because in that scenario, she was going to be the last person in, you know, got nothing for this one. Sam Clemens would, of course, contact Lorca and Guinan, and they'd agree pleasantly about lots of things in a Southern accent, and he'd win the race by his amazing argumentative skills. He would make sure that they delayed their start of the race somehow. Transwarp works. It works beautifully. Neither one of them has technical prowess to up the transwarp at all. Yeah, I got no argument for this one. I had to kick off with the cooking just because it would have been good for the cooking one. But at least they're going to eat well during the race, is what I can say. So that's it. That's
5 seconds to go.
Yep.
Good man. And yeah, Super Chat thoughts, comments, and questions. Are you ready, Stuart?
I'm ready to lose. Yep. Go for it.
Okay, I have 3 ways of winning. Ready? First, this Lorca's a real dick mass murderer. He is going to, before the race, go on board your ship and break it. He's going to cheat. He has no soul. He's going to absolutely destroy your engines, so you either explode or just can't go finish line. And we'll go at thrusters while he drinks some blood of some villain across the line. That's the first way I'm going to win. Second way I'm going to win, of course, is Borg scout ship will just activate its transport coil, a real transport coil, Stuart, far faster than yours, and it will instantly arrive at the destination and once again loungingly go across. Now, my third way of winning, of course, Guinan, she's been passive so far because, you know, she's above all this. Except she isn't, because Lorca's going to keep pushing her, keep pushing those buttons. You know, your hat's not big enough. We get a bigger hat if we won, you know, the buttons that re-affect her. So she is going to say, F this, and take the Borg scout ship, transwarp right to the Nexus, fly into the Nexus, and get killed. But you don't die in the Nexus. You go into the Nexus, and now she's presented with Picard from the past / generations of her, you know, out of time Picard, who's going to tell her you can go anywhere in time and space to win this race. And she says, okay, send me back before the Excelsior is launched so she can go and disable the transwarp and put a little subroutine in the command system to destroy, disable the transwarp, a la Kirk in Star Trek 3, before the events. And she relives time up until the moment. And then the person phaser rifles into the ceiling. Go! And Lorca's like, yes, go! And nothing happens. And yet, the sirens of the Excelsior go... And they make sound in space, because Sonar in space, Lorca's for that bullshit universe. And like, we win. So 3 different ways I can win this, Stuart. 17 seconds, and there you go. Next is time travel. That's how you win a space race.
That's great. See, it's much better than mine. I had nothing. I'm sorry, but they're both useless in this situation.
Yeah, they are.
Except for Clemens doing the like gentlemanly accord thing, you know.
My people aren't going to.
But the other person has to be on the same page, dressed like him and speaking the Southern accent, and you know. So yeah, I had nothing to work with here, guys, except for a transwarp ship, which turned out to be a failure anyway. Not because of the sabotage, by the way. Check out our video on transwarp.
Yeah, I mean, it's not real transwarp, is it? It's just fast warp. Mine is transwarp.
Yeah. So there's the poll. Go vote. See, putting your vote for who wins. 45 of you here. 37 likes. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I want to get it to 50 likes. Now's the time. But yeah, wow.
And I did resist killing you. Well, sorry, Lorca resisted killing you in his version. So, well, you know.
It's funny because if your Lorca was from the mirror universe, I assume you never would have hit the finish line, because halfway there he would have transwarped to his own mirror universe galaxy to return home.
Yeah, but he wants to win though.
But I could see the Elorian being like, "Nah, fuck that." She can sense that it's coming, and you know. So yeah, yeah. I have a good argument for mine because I certainly freaking didn't. I had to start with the cooking.
Yeah, no,
I know it was throwing everybody off. I love the look on your face. It's like, that's not the scenario.
Yeah, I really didn't know if you were time traveling. I was very confused because you're a smart man, but you sold it so well. I generally thought you didn't read the prompt. I was like, but I didn't want to say anything because I was gonna let you do it again. God, what could you do with that? I mean, you could
create a static warp bubble, which they use.
No, she could.
In the static warp bubble, she can move the whole universe.
That's her son's
the whole universe through transwarp.
That's her son's tech, though. She doesn't know how to do it.
That's true. That's true. She could have researched up on it after the fact, though.
That's true. That's true. I mean, she could always order Twain to look at the computer system and work out how to do some sun-based. There you go. This is what I'd do. I would have her tell Twain and whoever's crewing the ship to look at the multispectral shield thingies that she did in the Borg one, and then use a sun to slingshot around, and or use that as time travel. Then cause she's a sun gal, but you've not got a lot of feathers in that bow, have you?
Nope.
And I had Guinan's hat.
Yeah, I would have put that in somehow.
I did. Offered her a hat to win.
Oh, yeah. 44 people, 40 likes, guys, and vote. I mean, it's okay, Hypno Amber. I won the last two. I was given dog shit and asked to, prepare a gourmet meal, and I just couldn't do it. So, sorry. That's how this game plays. It's fine. Yeah,
and I was just picturing just that joke of them just pressing the transwarp button first, and they're there. Like, dude, we're way faster than you. I almost was going to joke that they'd go all the way to Borg space just to hang out for a few minutes, and then come back and win because it's just so much faster.
Yeah,
it's basically instant. Yeah, 26 seconds to vote, guys. 20 votes again. Can we go above 20 votes? And super chat your thoughts, comments, questions. We're a third through. If you're enjoying it, super chat, say your thoughts. Like I said,
yeah, let us know.
Throw in some
what you
people.
think of the format and the idea, and whether this is fun, whether there's something you'll tune into. Super chat and let us know. We want to hear your thoughts. And scenarios. Give us weird scenarios. And
even like super chat character's name or something to add in, because there we go. God, very loud. Character names or ships. We can add to future ones because we might forget one or two because we're doing. Well, tell them what we're doing tomorrow, Stuart. While Brett is building the next thing.
Tomorrow we're doing a tier list of villains. We might just do a general overview of Scatter tomorrow, and then do by series at some point as well, because there's a lot of villains, a lot of one-off villains in different series.
Was like top tier villains by default.
Yes.
But then if you break down the small villains, they're really nuanced if you actually compare them. So kind of the big boys, but then like Roger Danar, right? He's an antagonist.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the villain of the piece, but he's an antagonist. But if you include that as part of the spectrum, then he's actually very talented compared to loads of people. So you can really approach it differently. So I think that's a fun idea to kind of subset them.
But tomorrow we'll do our first like villains tier list.
And there's plenty already. And the fact of finding more is kind of amazing. But let's check the results.
Before I read the results, Mark Lawrence, $5. Not a vote, just saying I support this format. I wonder what other random people are in the mix. They're all there, man. You'd be surprised what's coming up. We will be.
Yeah.
So anyway, the results of this one looks like I have a crushing loss. Lorca and Guinan, or Sam, wins with 69%.
Excellent.
And I get 30%. That's fair.
Good. Okay.
All right. The next one is up. So I have Hemorrhoid. Jesus Christ. Rios and Hammer. On the Protostar.
That's a very weird batch.
And I'm going up against Morbok, Sybok, and Morn on an 8472 bioship. But what's the scenario you have? All right. You and your teammate are betrothed. Either complete a successful wedding or prove that you don't belong together. We gotta either get successfully married, or we need to call it quits.
I'm assuming the wedding must be on the ship you've got. Justify why it's
I mean, it could be, but
because it'd be kind of funny if it's like justify a wedding on the ship you have. Makes it a lot harder for mine. A lot harder.
I don't even have to use the ship, really.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Because
it'd be fun to tie it in somehow, though.
Yeah.
Because so far we have with all of them. So.
All right. I guess I'm first as well, aren't
I? Yes. For this one, you're first.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. I guess we're just vamping in. Okay, Sybok or Morn. I mean, obviously, he knows the pain of Morn, the deep sadness, but also the love, the power, the strength of Morn's soul. He is so in tune with his soul. He doesn't have to speak. We know Morn is talkative. We've heard it from Quark all the time. So the fact that he can stay so still and silent, because Sybok just sees and hears his feelings, that means they're a good couple. Now the bioship, of course, also living. So as soon as Sybok goes on the ship, he's I sense your pain as well, oh bioship. Your last owner, Gerald, he wasn't as nice as we could be as a couple, because I'm the talkative one. He's very passionate. And my brother Spock is still alive, of course. Doesn't matter where in the timeline, give or take. We can go and go on Vulcan. We can land you on the beaches of Vulcan. Does Vulcan have beaches? Yes, it does now in season 2, whatever. We can introduce you to... Maybe this is in Stranger Worlds. Maybe we can introduce him to T'Pring and they can have a wedding party on side the ship. But, Morn's such a lover and not a fighter that I think combining the lover and fighter of Sybok will protect Morn. But the intellect of Morn, the strength of Morn's character, the riches he has, both intellectually, morally, spiritually, and financially, can win out. And the bioship is just a way of them traversing in their chariot. They can build a lovely little cubby hole on the ship. Let it fly itself. Almost it's a bioship, of course. But some beanbag chairs, some rocks to remind him of Nimbus. All the money because the rich people. Just cruise around the galaxy, husband and husband, hanging out, relaxing, having a grand old time, and no pain to be had. Only hardcore sex. Oh, God.
I just assumed you'd say that Sybok got sick of Morn's constant talking and just couldn't handle it anymore. And what does God need with a bioship anyway? You didn't include that either.
Oh, we all need bioships.
All right, let's get into mine. And go. All right, so we got Rios. A very strong, awesome individual. He's got a passion for life, as you know. So does Hammer, though. Hammer, because he's blind, his other senses make up for things. I love that he's got a carrot in that picture. I don't want do not want to know what they did with that on date night, just for the record. They're on the protostar. Hemmer, though, because he is blind, his other senses are extremely heightened. He always knows when Rios is around because he smells like cigars. And unfortunately, when Rios smokes a cigar, which he does every night, at least 1, 2, 3 cigars, because he's a man that loves his cigars, it's a little overpowering for Hemmer to the point where he can't actually traverse the ship at times because the smell from the cigars is so ingrained into his nasal cavity that he can't smell the other areas of the ship. So he gets quite frustrated with Rios very quickly, and as a result, thinks that this is not going to work. Being an engineer, he taps into the protostar's protodrive and takes them to the farthest reaches of the Gamma Quadrant, while Rios is sleeping, of course. And in the process, they enter a time vortex because he wanted to get as far away as possible, and as a result, he monkeyed with the protodrive. So they actually go back in time, and Rios, we know, loves to be back in time and stay there. So when Rios awakens on a planet completely naked, just for some reason, he does find out that he is actually back in time, and he's very happy about this fact. Hemmer's long gone. Their betrothal was not meant to be an Anar and a human. I don't know, just not going to work out. And as a result, unfortunately, they had to separate. The end. Exactly on time. Wow. That was a journey, Stuart. That was a... And Fleet Pause here, $2. Oh, geez, Samuel, I just tune in to BAM Sex, LOL. That's what these are. These are great for that kind of thing. All right, so vote in the poll. Who is the winner of this one? And are we going with true love or failed love? Failed love, yeah. I mean, we've got different sides of the coin. Keep in mind when you're voting that it was either we wanted it to work or not, and I chose not. So halfway through. No. I had to build up their love first, and then destroy it. Otherwise, it's what I think of my bullshit. I mean, my argument. Yours was awesome. I love that he's in tune with Morn's feelings. But like I said, I think he just would have got sick of Morn talking so much, just constantly talking. It would have been a drain. Could he take his own pain? Maybe. Oh, put in the ship. Oh, poor bioship. I was a Jerry, whatever I said, the bioship man. Yeah, I love your fact that Hemmer's gonna tweak the hell out of the person and use it to go back in time. That was nice. That was fun. I had to incorporate that somehow because Rios is temporal prime directive breaker man. I thought you were gonna say he was gonna fall in love with the first lady he met though again, as he always does. I was going to add that, but yeah. You don't want to do a successful love inside a failed love story. It'd be too sad. Yeah. Exactly. But I like I like the fact that I didn't incorporate the feelings of the ship, the Morn and the Sybok. Is a very well connected family unit. I mean, in essence, the bioship's their adopted son, daughter, or other. It's quite sweet. Just hang out, do their thing, live their life. It would be a very funny scene though to watch those two actors act against each other. Just the bounciness of the Sybok character and Morn's inability to move his head. Just I can really picture that. I think Hemmer. Votes in, guys. I think Hemmer and Rios also have fun. But I thought you were gonna say as well that if he'd smoke the carrot, he'd find a way. I just love that they use that picture for that. Thanks, guys. It makes date night more interesting between the two, I'm sure. But I mean, they didn't know it was gonna be a wedding prompt. In fairness. That's true. I thought you were going to go with the you've got a holodeck, so I thought you were going to say they were going to have a giant big beautiful wedding, invite everybody in the galaxy, invite people across time, all their family and friends. He could, if as in the Picard era, he could bring back his holodeck crew members, like he's reincarnated as Hemmer or something like that. Bioships are more limited, but I like the fact that you can. I wonder if you could. I mean, I could go to intergalactic peace again. Maybe Sybok went to fluidic space and took the pain of all 8472 and made intergalactic peace on a bigger scale. Maybe. And that is the end of the results. 18 votes, 19 votes, 20. 20 votes. Right there. But Sybok and Morn, Commander wins with 57%.
Don't know how I did that.
Rios and Hammer at 42% for failed love. Nobody likes to support failed love, but I mean, if neither one was happy.
Yeah, well, you know. Well, I mean, we're happy at the end.
It could have been as simple as the fact that, you know, Rios preferred cigars.
No, I
preferred carrots on date night. You figure that out on your own.
I just like that they are both happy by the end of it, because of course one engineer gets a brand new ship and one guy gets to go back in time and find out love. That's very in brand for them, right? I don't know why he's naked on the planet though.
Hammer's just got a weird sense of humor.
He does, yeah. So he had to fondle him naked while not being able to see.
You brought in the fondling, so...
Well, take his clothes off. You're fondling.
Not really.
Well, I don't know how you strip people. Alright. So that is the end of... Oh dear, that's the end of the new characters. So now we have prompts only.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Alright. So the next one, I've got Worf Chakotay again.
Hey, Prey. Huzzah.
And he gets Moriarty and Geordi on the Prometheus, which he loves the Prometheus. So.
Yes.
And the scenario this time, by the way, guys, super chat in with your own scenarios so we can add them. Because I'm sure you guys have some weird, sick, twisted minds and want to make us squirm a bit. So do so.
Or just how sick and twisted, I mean.
Yeah.
That too.
So, the scenario is a rogue AI has encrypted your computer and locked you out from the main systems. Break the code to get access back.
Good luck.
Yeah, am I going first this time? Yes, I am.
Yeah. Do you want a vamp time?
Yeah, I'm going to tell people to hit that like button. We have 45 people here and 49 likes. Guys, hit that like button.
Yeah.
We also have 45 people here and we only get 20 votes per poll.
That is true.
You guys can turn the tide if you all vote on the poll.
Beep. You can beep the beep.
So, vote.
It's free.
Participate. Yeah.
And join in for tomorrow's live as well, of course, on the villains. We'd like to see what you guys think as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we will do this one for Trekyards at some point. This will be fun doing drunk. This will be fun.
It's like H drunk synopsis-y. Snop high. Oh dear.
All right. So I'm going first. I'm going to start now. So Worf is a man of action. He likes firing torpedoes. He's not very good at accessing computers, breaking codes. Chakotay is a former Maquis. You think he would have had to break into a facility or a ship or two, so he might have some influence here. I'm sure he would tell a story of his people where a rogue AI landed on their planet in ancient times, and his people defeated it with their vast knowledge and their togetherness. Worf, of course, there's got to be a Klingon song of defeating a rogue AI somewhere in their past as well. Now, being a Klingon bird of prey, I'm not sure how the security is on those. I don't think it's very good necessarily. So they would have to find a way to try to trick the AI, much like, you know, Kirk talks computers to death. Weave some illogical nonsense so the AI either drops all its defenses so they can access the code, or just spits out the code somehow. I would assume that... Wow. This is a tough one. I would assume that Worf would just point a phaser at the console and threaten the AI, while Chakotay tries to smart talk it into blowing itself up, or at least releasing control of the ship. But I got nothing. I really don't. Again, I've got the most useless people for the situation, and I'm giving up. Done.
And almost all the time as well. Well done, Stuart. Good job.
Brett Barrow, $2.
Oh.
On to the semifinals. Indeed.
We're both semi right now.
No, we don't need to guess the code. We gotta trick the AI to get access, or get the code. Yeah.
I mean, the thing's subjective. Hi, Gorgonzola. Alright, you ready, Stuart?
I'm ready for yours. Go for it.
Okay, so I have 2 ways to win, because each character are their own unique people. First, of course, Moriarty is a sentient AI anyway, so he would email the AI in the main computer and tell the AI to meet him on the holodeck dressed up as Mark Twain, so they can Twain together and solve the problem. Hang out and do declare the problem is resolved, my good man. All is solved. Happy days. First win. Second win. While he's doing that, in one universe, Geordi, now he's a real lad, isn't he? He is going to talk to the computer, the AI, and successfully get it to appear as a hologram in the mess hall. And happenstance, it looks like a beautiful woman. And you know what? You know how Geordi gets with hologrammatical beautiful women that are actually computers? He flirts his way. He talks his way. He seduces the AI with his charm with computers and successfully gets them to relinquish control. Now, once both AIs and both universes have been successfully subdued, either version of the Geordi or Moriarty, because they've both now won, they're going to use this AI on the Prometheus will be the key, Stuart, the secret key to stopping the AIs at the end of Picard Season 3. They're going to get ready. They're going to prep this Prometheus. They're going to warp in Picard Season 3, right at the point the AIs have come through the big time arsehole of death of tentacles. And they are the reason the tentacles went back. They're going to communicate. The AI love fest will have began. Thanks to Moriarty and this version of Joy LaForge. The universe is saved. AI tentacles are gone. And everyone has a happy life. World peace, Stuart! World peace with sentient AIs on the Prometheus.
You had that one in the bag with the people you had. Like, seriously. God damn.
What do you think, Stuart, of my arguments?
Brilliant. I would have separated the ship, though. You got the Prometheus, use it. Have the AI move it into one of the computers. Have Moriarty Twain it to go to one section of the ship and then separate the ship. You wouldn't get the access code, though, so... But I do like the Twaining. That definitely had to win. That was fucking brilliant. Geordi seducing the female AI. That's interesting, but he can't seduce. He couldn't seduce his way out of a.
But he can if they're not real flesh and blood people, and this isn't a real flesh and blood person.
He couldn't seduce his way into a hooker's bedroom with.
But Leah Brahms was totally into him. Hollow Brahms was totally into him. You look at the subtext of that episode.
I wouldn't use Brahms.
No, that's what I'm saying. But any female happens to be female persona, he'd charm his way because he can just talk to hollow women, not real women, hollow women. That's his one skill.
Go vote, guys. I love how Shay is like the Twaining got it for me too. That just clinched it. He won at that point. I was like, I'm done. He won.
I've met her because we had Twain previously. Yeah.
It's pretty brilliant.
I mean, it helps have two sentient AIs. That's quite an advantage there.
So guys, go vote. We have 19 votes currently. We might get more than 20 this time.
Yes.
47 of you here. Hit that like button and vote in the poll right now. You get to choose the winner. I would give it to Sam. Again, I had nothing.
How would
Chakotay could probably bore the AI to death though, with the story of his people.
So I feel like with your one, I would have gone with that Worf just knows a bird of prey really well, and it's such a shitty computer that
just rip out the console.
Well, yeah, I mean he just knows the code because the computers are so shit, and Chakotay is just smarter than the computer of the bird of prey. Like he just would know how to do it, or he'd commune with his old spirits. The spirit of his people, and would get the code from them somehow because magic.
Yeah, he would use his vision board.
Yep.
Yeah.
Show me the code, oh spirits of my past. And like Ouija boards the code. The AI's like, what the fuck is this?
Commune with the AI.
His people were sentient AI in the past.
Well, I'm already super happy because we have 23 votes now, so more people are participating.
Oh yeah,
I'm not happy with the results, but I don't blame anybody because my argument was shit. And Sam killed it with the Twaining thing. That just has to win. That was brilliant. Because you can see that happening in Lower Decks. Come on now.
Just Moriarty actor playing Twain would be hilarious. And there's our 3 minutes. What are the results, Jed?
Sadly, the results are Sam won with 83%. I only got 17%.
23 votes. Huzzah. Thank you, guys. It's really random, isn't it?
Yep. Well, you've won 3 and I've won 2, so congratulations.
Yeah, you've got 2 in a row. Gosh. And that's the thing. Doesn't matter who these 2 contestants are, right? The scenario.
Scenario kills it.
Scenario. So you can super chat some scenarios in and we'll add them to the pot.
Now that you're getting a feel for how the game works, this is the first one, so I expect it to be kind of but it'll get more streamlined and better as we go, and hopefully we'll have some suggestions for you guys to add in to the rotating randomness that is the scenario. So, and
no space battles yet.
No, that's surprising for Trekyards.
Mm-hmm. They're going to have to get like a dance competition. Oh dear. You want to Strictly Come Dancing, the UK's most famous dance competition. You must do the waltz. How would you do a waltz? It's like, and then you get like a Saru.
That's when you want Beverly for.
Yeah. For that one though, you get like Saru and what's the little guy from Into Darkness? Yeah, Saru and Kiesler has to waltz. Like, oh shit! That would not go well. That would not work. No.
Well, hit like, guys, if you haven't already. We have 55 likes, which is amazing. 44 people here. That is awesome as well. Hopefully you're enjoying the new format, the new game style. This is something we'll do on a regular basis because this is just fun.
Mm-hmm.
We would like you guys to participate, though, and the super chat in, like I said. But if you have any great ideas, now's the time to throw them out because they will be just directly added to the rotation.
And
you can come up anytime.
And you guys are deciding the winners as well. So we're just, we're doing our bit. You guys have the power.
We have men behind the curtain right now that are actually doing the randomization and stuff, so we don't get to pick. This is not us. So
we have no idea.
Pay attention. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
It's almost scary as well, because what could happen? We don't even know.
Everything and nothing.
Have you played that James Bond game, Everything or Nothing?
No, I didn't even know it was a thing.
Great game. There's some really good Bond games. It's really fun. The gunplay is very fun. I really like that game. You should totally watch the the James Bond intro sequence. You put that on a tab. Everything or Nothing James Bond soundtrack, or the on YouTube, because it's really fun. And the gunplay is very precise, which is weird for an Xbox game. But I really enjoy it. Because I think when you're a kid, you have so many games. But in theory, James Bond's a good game franchise. But they vary so drastically.
Yeah.
But that one's it's kind of third-person action, so they do big levels that weren't as detailed.
It's GoldenEye or nothing.
Well, yeah. And that one, I think Everything or Nothing was the only one to actually have Pierce Brosnan come back as actual voice. I think. Because, pretty expensive. So it kind of feels more legitimate. And there's like a training level zone, which is really fun. Like, even the training is really fun. Yeah. God, now you want to play Everything or Nothing. Jesus, Stuart, what the hell?
Well,
I like that game a lot, though.
Again, I want to ask just the general chat this time. What are you thinking of the format? Do you like this game style? Is it fun? Is it something you guys want to see on a regular basis? Let us know. Because I have another game in the works. It's Trekyards Against Humanity.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have Trek scenario cards. We're going to have Commander Cockings, Captain Foley cards. We're going to have It's Sleek, or It's Great, but It's a Bit Shit, to fill in the blanks. It'll be fun. It'll be a Trekyards unique Cards Against Humanity game. It's going to take some time to get together, but I think it'll be really fun. We'll each get dealt our own cards.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be able to see the other person's cards. It'll be fun. And you guys get to vote again on the winner. I think I'll just add some interesting stuff to the channel. So
yeah, I did that for... I entirely support that. Please do that. I made that once for Trek Shorts, and it was a hell of a fun set of time to do that. Because we did meta jokes, real jokes, because the cast don't know Trek, so like you couldn't say, oh, a Deuterodex, a Romulan on a Deuterodex. the cast will be like, "Who the fuck is that?" But you can say like, Keely in the bathroom with a ratchet or something, it was amazing because we were, boozing quite a lot, and we went through every single card of the pack except 3, so we were like, okay, we're done now. And the amount of slutty ones that came together, because it's all random, right? Like you put them in just in case. The amount of times that Marcus Churchill, Harriman, had ones that he managed to use naughtily, and often they were with him. He got his own card, so he'd put like, someone this, and be Harriman with this, and he says it in a sexy way. It's like, oh Jesus, Marcus, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll do something like that. It'd be really fun with Trekyardisms. There's a lot of them. Hip, like thrusting nipples of power, will be a card. Hypno Amber, though, yes, we will announce these a day before moving forward. But this was a trial run. We wanted to get it out there and have people see what it is. So the hype for next one, give you guys time to think of scenarios that you can super chat in with. But yeah, this was just a test version. So.
And I'm thankfully you all came to have fun with the test, because I'm certainly going to be throwing in a whole load of ship options so that we really add to the pile. These are obviously wonderful, but some game ships, some really varied. Because okay, not every ship has a truly unique ability set, but it'd be kind of cool to be like, oh, cool, I'm on a insert clever pun. Don't know.
All right. Well, let's move on with our next one, and then we'll have a final showdown for the winner.
There we go.
So I get Lorgnan, so Lorca and Guinan with a Borg scout ship.
Okay.
And Sam gets Sybok and Morn again with the H472 Bashir, and you can include the fact that they're now married.
Oh, they are.
Your scenario.
This is the canon for the day.
Perfect. All right, and the situation. A mopsy has escaped its cage and is eating the bones of your crew. Stop it. You get to go first this time.
Oh, shit. Well, that's good. Okay. Are you ready? Am I ready?
I don't know. Are you ready?
Okay. So, obviously, married couple, wonderful. A472, small ship, 1 crew and them, so they haven't got much time to whatever. But I'm sure 8472's bones is going to be quite a meal for a mopsy. Might give indigestion, don't know. May all slow him down a little bit, a lot of bones. But let's be honest. Mopsy will look into Morn's eyes, the soul of Morn, and non-verbally, through the power of his essence, Mopsy will think, well, actually, do I want to murder them? Yeah, okay, so Morn's not quite enough. But then Morn will look to Sybok, his wonderful husband, who will deep into Mopsy's soul and take all the pain. Because the indigestion of A472 was really bad. He's now got lots of stomach pain. Like, it's really bad. He can deal with it, right? But he's new to this, right? So he does actually take away the indigestion pain of the 8472 bones. And Mopsy, like, the classic line in the tales where you take the prong out of the paw and it becomes your friend. Because he's now taken the indigestion pain of Mopsy, which he's never felt before. Mopsy is now a friend and becomes a little pet. So on their honeymoon, still on their honeymoon, right? It's a horrible honeymoon incident. They go back honeymooning. They go to the planet that Agamus took over, and they find they're rebuilding slowly, because we were right, they murdered like 5,000 people, and so Sybok and Morn get there, and Morn offers some money to help rebuild the society, and Sybok steals some, takes pain, and they end up making a little perfect paradise on that planet with all those people that Agamus murdered. On all the banners come down, and happy day, and Mopsy eats the occasional person, but it's okay, because they take the pain away from the family of the Mopsy's victims for the loss of their son or daughter. But at least they're safe at the end of the day. So all is well, Stuart, with them on the honeymoon planet.
The bonus to all that is Agamus has no bones, so he can live in harmony with the Mopsy.
Yeah, but he went to live with Pinappa's family, didn't he?
Yeah,
it's his post-event where they caused all the damage. Didn't know I was going with any of that, Stuart. That was a surprise as it was coming out of my mouth.
All right.
Give me the 3, 2, 1.
As long as it's a surprise coming out of your mouth and not a surprise going into your mouth, because that's never pleasant.
Well, yeah. Okay,
all right.
Count me down.
I'm ready. Here we go. starting. All right, so the mopsy escapes. Lorca is the first to notice. It is, of course, Mirror Universe Lorca. He attempts to use an agonizer on the mopsy after seeing what it has done to a few crew members. Of course, liquefies and drinks their bones. So he gets near it, throws the agonizer on. This upsets the mopsy. Mopsy! But like in an angry voice. And the mopsy attacks Lorca, starts to suck on his bones, but it's Mirror Universe bones. Very, very toxic and bitter to the mopsy. The mopsy runs, screaming in pain, to 10 forward, where he runs into Guinan. Oh, there's no 10 forward on a Borg ship. Never mind, I'm on a Borg ship. Runs to where Guinan is, and Guinan has successfully taken over this Borg ship. That's neither here nor there. Guinan, of course, oh my God, it's so cute. It's a little mopsy. We have you guys as pets on our planet because she is an Elorian after all. So she, they've learned to harmonize with the mopsy, and they're just cute little adorable pets there. She very nicely talks to the mopsy. Again, Elorian bones, they're not flavorful to the mopsy, so the mopsies are very ambivalent to them. So while she's talking to the mopsy in whatever room they're in, alcove 53, Lorca comes running around the corner and atomizes the mopsy with a phaser rifle, phaser rifle. Let's just say there's a Federation phaser rifle on board. Because he's Mirror Universe Lorca, anything cute and adorable, he's got to murder it. And, I should also mention that when the mopsy attacked Lorca and drank his bones, one of the side effects of that is, of course, the mopsy is very sensitive to light. That's why I went to 10, or the darker alcove. I keep saying 10 forward. And that's why he ran into Guinan. The end.
What an adventure we both had today.
Mopsy.
As you implied. Oh dear. Vote now if ever hold your peace on this, whatever we're doing here.
Toxic Bones. I love how Matt's like, the Men Behind the Curtain is the name for my next band, and then Toxic Bones is another new. That's great. Yeah.
We both have toxic bones that are very important. Although you didn't. I was kind of expecting you to say right at the end that Lorca would skin the mopsy and take its bones because it likes bones and menagerie.
Oh, that's interesting.
Kind of reverse the script a little bit.
It's a good addition.
Gruesome, yes, but
So go vote in the poll, guys.
Gosh.
You guys get to declare the winner. Also hit like if you haven't already. We have 61 likes right now. We have a super chat from Fleetpaw of $10, which is amazing. Thank you, Fleetpaw. It says, okay, so this is a scenario we had to have to add to the lineup.
Excellent.
Your ship and crew has been captured by Kivas Fajo.
Oh, lovely.
Collectors Guild. Escape and arrest Fajo. That's a good one.
Cool.
And he also says, and we need, never fear, Fleetpaw is here as a Trekyards against the Galaxy card. Yes, 100% that will be one. We will definitely reference our moderators and whatnot. And our regulars. Ozzy, there'll be a Skeleton Hands card.
Mm-hmm. Don't know how to use it, but...
There'll be a General Grievous card. So, yeah. But thank you very much for the super chat, Fleetpaw. That scenario will now be added to the rotation.
Yes. Good idea as well.
Yeah. Hypnomember says, I went to grab my phone and I don't know what I voted for. Oh no.
And Dan says, don't know what you're doing. The images are so small. I mean, they're pretty much. I mean, the whole thing's pretty full screen. I mean, we've got plenty of resolution here. I can certainly, recognize all the faces. I mean, if you're on a phone, maybe you can't, but I mean,
on the left-hand side, they're there, and the scenario is on the top right. So you should be able to.
Scenario, maybe you can't read. It's a bit small, but I mean, if you're on PC, you certainly can.
Okay.
Let me go look
at
the phone.
I have 2 suggestions for the people behind the curtain. Oh. Make the scenario bigger if room allows for it. If it's only like one sentence, scale it up. And also, I'd like the timer to have a black background with like red numbers.
Yeah, I'm using the literal timer on Google. We have to find a custom timer for that, which is fine. That'll just be the first one.
But I think we could do an LCARS type timer for the middle. I think that would look better. So little improvements, and that's what these test runs are all about. So.
On my phone, all entirely readable at 1080p. Everything's very readable. I can even zoom in. How meta. Yeah, no, phone, but everything's great. We're doing really well on resolution. Good for us.
Pug alert, yeah. So go vote on the poll, guys. We have 21 votes. Last time we had 23. Can we get more votes than last time?
Yeah.
This is the test. And then we'll have one more scenario, and a final winner will come out on top. Will it be the commander? Will it be the captain? Who knows? Who knows? We'll have to keep a running tally for all these games so we can see who's comes out on top after like 10 full games.
Yes. Although also, whose team went through? Because we each had a team at the start. So, you know, you had Prometheus and Geordi. I had, both of these other two. So, yeah, there is some victory to be had that one of the team we succeeded in getting through got through. So, either way, we're a small amount of winner, depending. And there we go. That's the end of the 2.5 minutes. 21 votes. 21 votes. Who does the win, Stuart? Who does the win?
All right, Lorca and Guinan are the captain. Wins with 61%. Sybok and Morn get 38%.
Right. Goodness.
Very nice.
What an interesting set of pairs. And again, scenario means everything, right?
I kept fucking up the ship though. I kept saying 10 forward because that's just where I picture Guinan every time.
Yes, you kept forgetting that you're on a... It's like you said at the start, like, eat the crew. It's like, you mean the Borg drones?
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I was picturing a TNG hallway.
Yep.
And a crew member getting eaten. So
I was like, because you could have used that, right? All the bones of the Borg they're eating.
Oh yeah, that would have been a good addition. Yeah.
You know.
My brain just wasn't there for some reason. I don't know why.
That's okay. Okay, so we reverted back to our original stakeholders. You started with Moriarty and Lorgan.
Prometheus.
Okay, interesting. So, God, Lorca is just as treacherous as he is in reality. He's swapping between us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God, the situation, man. That decides everything here. Oh no, the nervousness.
Here comes the final scenario. Okay, here's the scenario, guys. Both ships are caught in a nebula. Sensors and shields are down. It's a fight to the death. So we're battling the other ship now. Okay.
Interesting.
And we don't know what's happening on the other ship, obviously. So.
No.
It's fine. I go first this time.
You do. Do you need a second of vamp?
Well, I just like to say, hit the like
yes.
button if you haven't. We have more viewers now, 50 viewers with 65 likes. If you haven't hit like yet, please do so. Keep in mind, anybody that's new, if you super chat in like FleetPod did with a scenario, it'll get added to the rotation. Even if you have a character you think that we might not have, include them in a super chat and they will get added to the regular rotation.
Be any amount. This isn't, whatever you want to ensure it gets in the pot. Because we want this to be a fun, in the future, if that person ship shows up after the fact, hey, it's because of you. Which we like. Dear me. Okay, Stuart. How you feeling?
Not confident. Not in this one. But that's okay.
I'm going to have to kill my babies. That's sad. I mean, you're going to have to...
Sensors and shields. So we're basically, this is a Battle of the Mutara Nebula with these characters and ships.
But it's green this time. Or it's blue. It's blue Nebula.
We'll go with blue. Sure.
Blue. Are you ready, Stuart?
I'm ready. And
down.
I'm going now. All right, so we got the Prometheus with Moriarty and Geordi on board. Unfortunately, because this is the Mutara Nebula, holographic systems are down. Moriarty is out of the picture. We only have Geordi on a Prometheus class. I gotta take into account, is the whole crew there, or is it just these two? I'm gonna say it's the whole crew, because why not? We need more guide rules. Anyway, guidelines here. Geordi decides to separate the ship, considering if you got the same conditions in the Mutara Nebula, you can cover more ground by having 3 different ships. He is linked in with all of them on the bridge. They all wander around, trying to get a visual lock on the Borg scout ship, which is difficult, especially, especially if it's a green nebula, but you said blue. Regardless, we've got Mutara Nebula conditions here. it's basically Geordi piloting all three, or at least having two on autopilot and relaying the sensor information back to him. Do they find the Borg ship? Who knows? I should roll a dice or flip a coin, because I want to say yes. I want to say that they detect the ship and they come up behind it, at least one of them. And then once they get a lock-on the scout ship with one of the ships, not a lock-on, but at least a location, the other two swoop in and attempt to surround the ship and blindly fire. Hopefully don't hit the other parts of the Prometheus, because they are surrounding it, so you don't want to shoot your own person. And hopefully two-dimensional thinking doesn't come into it, because, again, you don't want to hit the people that are directly across from you that might be surrounding the ship. I don't know. That's all I got for that one. Stop.
1 second to go. Well done.
I know. Not well done.
Gosh.
Hey,
The
I don't have faith in that one.
The stress, Stuart. I'll be honest, I wasn't listening at all because I really had to plan. I was writing many notes because I had to really think about that one.
Well, you should at least listen, and then you can write your notes while I vamp between the scenarios.
Don't know if I could vamp. I was, stress, Stuart. I got stress here.
Well, I would be vamping now, and you could be making your notes now. Is what I'm saying. You should listen to the other person's scenario though, because it might give you ideas.
Yes.
And I want your input onto my solution.
I know. I felt stress. I thought about it.
So Sam fails instantly.
Oh man. How do you not have vector assault mode there? Was that reiterate the last few seconds?
I did use vector assault
That's what I'm
mode
saying.
immediately.
How do you use it? Yeah.
It's like the Mutara Nebula battle.
Uh-huh.
You're blindly looking around for the ship. One of the sections found the ship and let the other ones know the location, so they roughly came in and surrounded the Borg scout ship and started trying to fire at it, but they're not two-dimensional thinking, so they're scattered so that they don't shoot each other if they miss the Borg scout.
Okay.
You should pay more attention.
Let's try to win.
He gets points deducted for not paying attention.
Okay. I've got 2 minutes. Are you all ready? Are you ready, Stuart?
I'm always ready.
Just yawn first, it's late.
Guys, get ready to vote for the captain.
And or super chat for the captain. Alright, ready?
Yep.
Okay, I have two ways once again. Lorca, bastard as he is, in the mirror universe, the same exact situation happened. Crazy. And he was fighting his dad, because his dad was a part of the Empire and he had to overthrow him. And so he learned in that battle, because he's very vicious, he's going to kill his dad, no issue, right? He had to learn how to use sonar in space. He doesn't need sensors, he just needs detection techniques. Sonar in space. He works exactly where Prometheus is, and with the Borg tech, you don't need phasers, you just need cutting beams. Borg classic. So he saunters up, does a little pirouette in space, and cuts right across your ship, but not like a little bit. He wants to enjoy his meal, so he cuts on the ship. You have 3 pieces, now you have 10 pieces, it's all floating away. He leaves you all to starve and die in this nebula. Huzzah! It happened before, he's used to it. Or Guinan, because she's just watching, she isn't watching it happen. Guinan, she says, no! We're leaving this nebula. So they leave the nebula, and then she pulls out a giant drink flask and calls a Q. A Q turns up, and she's like, ha ha, Q! We can't win the scenario, so you know what? You and me, we're going to play a game of chess right now, and winner gets to pick the result. And she wants him to kill Prometheus with Geordi and Moriarty. And they're just in the nebula shooting nothing, like having a blast, not doing much. And they think we're there, we're not. They play a game of chess, and guess what? Q wins the first round, but she says no. Best 2 out of 3, and so the stress is there. Lorca is watching Q with a knife, like going, I want to eat that Q. He has his thoughts. She wins the second round. Tension. She wins the third round, and Q just, he throws the keys, he throws the pieces, and he accepts, and he slaps Moriarty and Prometheus out of existence. And Guinan just wanders off, walks back to a bar in New York, wherever they are, have a drink, and Lorca ends up taking over the Earth and makes a next Golden Terran Empire.
Lame.
Whew.
You should have had Guinan sense where the other ship was. Use her.
That was too easy. I wanted to use the Q connection instead because it's funnier.
You could have used both. You always have like 15 scenarios for one goddamn thing.
Oh,
I got 15 ways to win this one. So I like when you go first. You don't have time to think of 15.
Yeah, well, they're both so different. I can't really put together. I didn't just do a space battle. That was a bit, you know.
So
go weird with it. Hold on a minute.
We'll put the poll up in a second so you guys can vote. But hit that like button in the meantime. We've got one more scenario to go for the final winner. And we'll see where that goes. But this has been a fun live, I gotta say. I really enjoyed this. There's been lots of laughs and creativity. And I'm actually outmatched. Because Sam is a script writer and a storyteller. He's always been good at that. So I actually have a disadvantage going into every one of these. So
there is some argument there.
Everybody to bear that in mind.
We'll give everyone
a vote in the poll. Make the captain win. It's your duty as a Trekyardian. Sam's got an unfair advantage, and he wasn't paying attention to mine, so he gets one or two people that were going to vote for him should automatically vote for me.
And Hypno says, "Damn, if D&D was like this, I might actually go." Yeah, and it is tricky though with these because, of course, do we have a crew? If I've got a ship of Borg, then that's a whole different ball game, right? Do they know the ship?
It's fun if it's just the two of them on the ship, though.
Yeah, indeed, because then it can, like the bioship that really sucked, right?
Yeah.
Unless it prompts as a crew in the mission, obviously. Like every time I get Lorca and Gunn, I'm left thinking, you know, oh no, she just hates being there, you know, so viciously, etc. And Lorca's such a fun curveball character because he's just we didn't take over the universe, but he was getting close, you know.
Wait till Empress Giorgio shows up.
Yep, things gonna get weird. Yes, the amount of people she's gonna eat.
Exactly, or be eaten. Well, that would be Captain Giorgio. She always will be getting eaten by somebody else.
Gosh, either timeline. There's yeah. Oh dear.
Trekyards gets assimilated by Critical Role, and whoop, there it is. Hey, if Critical Role wants to buy us out, I'd be happy with that.
We have so many more ships to look at, as is our mission in Trek life.
So we're almost done. We got one more scenario with these two. Well, no, we don't. This was the final scenario.
No, we don't.
Never mind. I'm stupid. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this isn't going to be 2 hours, unless we want to talk about how we can streamline the game afterwards.
Yeah, you know.
But we want scenarios from you guys. Sorry, I thought there was one more scenario after this. Obviously, there isn't, because shut the fuck up. Be quiet, you.
Yeah, give us your thoughts and, you know, comments and questions, and you know, how can we improve, iterate, etc.
Yeah. So.
There's definitely a lot more ships we can add.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, scenarios can get real crazy. Or just simple, you know. Like I said, intergalactic chess.
Can't wait for a space battle scenario.
Without Mutara conditions. Because that really affects what you can do.
Yeah.
Because then the characters can come into play. Because I feel like, yeah, certainly Moriarty would have, you know, had some good ideas there in his knowledge of the universe. Prometheus, hella good ship. Then Borg, if they've got the shields up, pretty hard to beat. Guinan knows the universe, but Lorca has lots of weird things. But then Geordi might be able to improve and repair and all sorts of things at the end of the day. That's the thing, you know, how powerful is a Borg scout ship, you know. It's a scout ship, but also it's it's like the size of Voyager. Like, those things aren't small. It's all relative, isn't it?
Yeah.
I always said that Lorca, you know, defeated the Borg in his timeline and knew exactly how to pilot it. I was like, that's a bit too far. I'll just summon Q instead.
Yeah, I mean, Q will show up at some point, I'm sure. which is kind of like a the ace up our sleeve Q on a team. So,
well, if you get like suicide Q, he just fails everything because he's like, I don't want to do this. Lady Q is just too fiery. All right, that was your extended 4-minute poll result 21. Click it, Stuart, and read the results.
All right, 21 people voted. Seems like Moriarty and Geordi win with 67%.
Well done, Stuart.
I won. And Guinan and Morn get 33%. So.
Oof, not even that close. Well done, Stuart. Good job.
Thank you. I can't end the poll, though.
Oh.
Weird.
I've ended the poll.
Perfect, thank you. Wasn't working for me.
Weird.
Well, there you go. Captain Foley is the winner of the first inaugural TREKVERSUS. Now, this is not going to be the last. I had so much fun doing this. We're definitely going to do this again. We do need to encourage you guys to super chat during it, though. We want to hear your scenarios. We want to put them in the rotation. We want characters that you want, ships, obscure ships you might want. You guys can add to this and make it excrementally better.
Excrementally?
Yes. It's like shit, but better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Incrementally better.
There we go. Good job.
I'm having a brain fart today. Today's not a good firing on all cylinders day for me, so creativity wasn't exactly there. But even without that, I still did pretty good. I won.
Exactly. You know, don't be undermining. You did the win, Stuart. You did the win.
I pay all my regulars that show up to my late night lives. So they're going to vote for me automatically. They all get their paychecks on a monthly basis. So
that makes sense.
Does it though? No.
What, Gorgonzola? What?
Consolation prize.
Well, that's
my
a
parcel
tease.
Arrives at your home in time for Christmas. Ooh,
fancy.
Patrick, remember for 9 months at the rank of captain.
Cool. Oh, lovely.
Congratulations to Captain Foley for the first win of this super fun new game. Definitely want to see more of this in the future. Thank you, Patrick. Yeah, you will see more. Hopefully, I want to thank our team behind the curtain, especially Brett, for coming up with this and kind of orchestrating all this. It was brilliant. And, you know, he came up with the idea. We've all kind of given our thoughts and improvements on it. And it'll streamline as it goes as well, guys. So,
although it's somewhat ironic that our last match is our original first match. They did in 2018. Not the same ship and characters, but the same scenario, almost verbatim. That's how we started this ride 5 years ago, and we ended our first version with that in the pot somehow.
And well, it also comes in at about an hour and a half for this live. It'd be cool if after this final winner there was just a random, just 2 big things on screen, one last scenario, not including any of the ones that we've been playing with for this whole time, just to kind of end out with a fun thing. That would be kind of interesting, I think, as well. That's something maybe we put in the bank so we could get to that 2-hour mark.
Or even you guys who super chat and pick, say, 3. You know, if you put a little buffet of people on the screen, first super chat picks a person, first super chat picks like an election, first past the post. You know, first vote gets the pick.
Yeah. And first super chat with a scenario is the final scenario or something.
Yeah, I've got 3 to choose from. Bush, there you go. Because that's the thing, you know. Yeah, maybe there'll be a buffet choice as well. Because certainly, it's not the hardest thing to world to, you know, if you pick a random character to put it in, it's certainly possible.
Yeah. So we want your
funny.
And Hypno member excellent ideas. Yeah, we want your ideas as well. Anything you guys think of that can improve the game or change the dynamic of it, because this is all a work in progress. We got the groundwork well laid out thanks to Brett, and as a result, we can kind of tweak and refine from here. So we want your input on these.
Well, let us know in the chat right now, all 46 of you, out of 10, how much do you enjoy this live?
Yes.
Spam the chat right now, out of 10. Let us know.
I think that should be like a poll of some kind.
Yeah, makes them get off their sofas and look at their screens and think, oh. It's not one click, it's several clicks.
Yeah. Give us the number out of 10 for this one if you want to see it again.
Yeah, and be fair, right? Don't just be, positive for the sake of it. Give us a real number. We want to see how we did.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a countdown. 10, 9.975, 8, 9.9999989. Wow. 8, 9, 8, 10. Trekker, you can't vote twice. Don't be. Oh, that's not. I thought that was Trekker, not the twice. Trek Matt. All right, 10 out of 10. 7.9975 out of 10. Dave and Laura said that sounds like shit. What sounds like shit? Excrementally?
He might be slightly delayed.
That was the point.
Well, thank you, Hypnot.
10. Hypnot says, I'm being fair, I had fun. Trekker said, lost 2 points because Cap is at a disadvantage. Yeah, well, I will be. Sam's good at coming up with ideas and scripting and stuff like that, so he's always thinking like that.
Well, so you're forced to think on the fly. But Stuart, oh dear, look what happened. Something happened.
Are we doing one more?
I mean, this is what the behind-the-scenes man seems to be implying here.
I'd get rid of Moriarty and Geordi and change it to something different for this last one, then. I want to do one more. Because
the epilogue.
Time-wise, be about right, yeah. I love how we just say things and things happen on screen. This is awesome. It's like an interactive Star Trek computer. Computer! Show me Tholian porn. Nothing's happening. Tholian porn would be great. Tink, 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 tink. It would be so hot, too.
How do I feel about this? Oh, dear. There was a when I did some research for the when Tholian appeared in one of my fan films, I loaded up the original Tholian from Enterprise, and there's actually, to make his eyes work and have some depth, there's actually geometry of lines all in their head, like deeper roots, so you could attack those roots.
Surprise final round. All right.
I'm surprised. Are you surprised, Jeff?
Thank you. Thank you, computer. Brett, that's your new name, computer.
Oh, dear.
So, I've got Anna, which is Data and Dr. Tiana, or Dr. Tiana, on the USS Horizon, which is Sam's ship.
It's going to get killed, isn't it?
It's not fair now. There should be the Foley class at the bottom.
Well, random, Stuart. I mean, that's what you get for random.
Anyway, and Sam gets Team Smelly, the dog from Lower Decks,
right,
and T'Pol,
right,
on the TOS Enterprise. And our scenario for this final surprise round is the Tholian ambassador has been murdered because of porn. Convince the Tholians that your opponent is to blame in a sexy way. I just mentioned Tholians earlier and they popped up, so.
Gosh. Wow. I think you should go first there, Stuart. Because you got Tholians on the brain.
Think of 15 different scenarios.
No, I won't think of anything. I'll be entirely.
You'll listen.
Well, let's not go that far. I suppose the thing is moving.
Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
All right, hitting go now. All right, so obviously the Tholian ambassador has been murdered. We need to find out. We need to convince them that either the dog or T'Pol is to blame. Tiana examines the body of the Tholian, which is cooled down now. It's not at 400 Kelvin, and it's actually discovered that there's some marks on the neck area, but not human marks necessarily. We're not quite sure what the dog is capable of, but I assume that T'Pol mind melded with the dog, and instructed the dog on how to actually give a Vulcan neck pinch to a death grip. Actually, the marks are on the head of the Tholian. I forgot the Vulcan death grip to the Tholian ambassador, and the dog, of course, can withstand the heat of 400 Kelvin or whatever the Tholians are at, and obviously did this. The marks sort of looking like a paw print, but a little bit altered. They definitely don't look like fingerprints per se. Data does some scanning and finds the crystalline structure has actually been not only cooled down to the point where it killed it, but also it has basically shattered the interior of the Tholian. And the reason that they did this was because T'Pol wanted to destabilize the Federation's relationship with the Tholian assembly for who knows what reason. I don't know. End of the discussion. God damn, I couldn't really think of anything at the end there.
Well done, Stuart, with 2 seconds to go. And this is your chance, guys. Super chat your final. Did you enjoy this vibe?
Vote for me.
All that. Any couple of things would be wonderful as well.
All right. So, Sam, why?
Yes, Stuart.
Why did Data and Tiana kill the Tholian ambassador?
Are you ready?
I am.
Isn't it obvious, Stuart? Data has motive and means. The fact is, he's done this once before. He has killed another crystalline entity. The crystal entity. Yes, technically it was the person next to him that did the controls, but he watched that doctor lady go crazy, do a signal that resonated the entity and kill it. He knows exactly how to kill crystalline creatures. Now, it's not just that, but Tiana, what a beep face. Now, she hates everybody, right? Especially anybody else. I know it's broad, but it's true. So I think the Tholians would have stolen her scratching post, because to them, it was pretty. You know, Tholians and pretty things, they're shiny webs, they're like pretty things. They have stolen that thing. Now, it's secret, obviously, because, Section 31 and all that, because, the dog is a part of Section 31. I hope you didn't mind me spoiling that in Season 5 of Lower Decks. But Tiana has got pissed at Tholians and told Data to kill the Tholian ambassador. Now, of course, Horizon, being the beautiful, gleaming ship it is able to get into Tholian space undetected, destroy every Tholian ship it finds, get on board and kill it. It's such a damn sexy ship. It's obvious, right? But the TOS colony is so pure of heart. The colony's never done anything wrong. The dog, smart mother effer that he is, he's able to go into his mind palace a la Sherlock and just see it in his mind. And T'Pol is able to say, you can't do that because you're a dog and dogs don't exist as you are. And the dog's like, I am, I prove, I prove I exist. And with them as working as a team in the bio decontamination chamber, the T'Pol must put gel on the dog after the situation, and the dog must on T'Pol. Shorts are important. On the Enterprise, so they've still got them then, just about. They must solve the problem in the decon chamber. One's already naked, it's fine, and T'Pol's. Basically, they're a great team. They solved the problem. Solved.
Naked T'Pol wins it, like he just won it at the end there. There's a lot of gibberish before that, but damn. He started out really strong, then dipped really low, and then ended out with a banger, literally.
I just want you all to visualize the story with me, okay?
Or was the dog naked? Because you said one of them was naked.
Well, the dog's always naked. It's a dog.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
And T'Pol's in the tiny whitey short
on our dogs.
Yeah, but this is a space dog.
Oh, okay.
What do you think of my argument, Stuart?
Very, very good. I love the beginning of it, yeah. It's very good. I didn't even incorporate my ship at all.
But it's so damn sexy, you should have.
I didn't incorporate your ship either, so shut up. And it's also very sexy. Way sexier than the Horizon. Oh, come on.
Agreed to disagree.
For that, he shouldn't get any votes.
I'm obviously joking. That would be ridiculous. Yeah, no, I liked your spiel there. But you sort of just said a lot of random things near the end as well.
I did. Yeah,
I don't know if they all came to.
I didn't have a reason for the assassination. I wanted to incorporate something, and I just couldn't come up with anything in the time I had left.
But I think everyone knows that stealing the scratching post is enough of a reason.
For yours, I would have said that the Tholian ambassador was, flirting with Shax. Because that would have pissed Tiana off to the point where she would have caterwauled the frequency that would have shattered the goddamn thing. Because she's a cat and they make the most egregious noises. See, that's where I would have gone with yours.
Or she would love the flirting and invited the Tholian ambassador into the bedroom. And it was their threesome screams that shattered him. Because Tiana gets loud. Or maybe she hurts Shax so much that he screams like a little girl in the pitch that kills a Tholian. That's how disgusting their time is together. For yours, Data's always smart.
On one thing
quick.
Dave and Laura says there's no such thing as a Vulcan death grip. I know, but it was referenced, so it's funny.
I got it. It was a reverse joke. Yeah. It was a reverse reference, yeah. For yours, the dog is so, hard to trust, right? It's a genius.
Also very loyal to T'Pol, because dogs are loyal.
True. And T'Pol doesn't believe in temporal events, so the Tholians do time stuff occasionally, Maybe it's like,
occasionally.
We've got to kill the Tholian just to get rid.
Tholians are always involved in some interdimensional shit. Sometimes that involves time travel. Other times it's just slipping through the subspace layers. They're sketchy.
But let's be honest, guys. Come on, Data did watch a crystal entity get killed.
It's true.
It's that easy.
And Trekyard makes a good point. They missed an opportunity to say that the crystalline entity was a genetic weapon created by the Tholians.
Oh.
And went astray. That would have been awesome, actually.
But I was also going to argue that Tiana absolutely could have invented a bioweapon to kill a Tholian as well.
Oh yeah.
Like both of your people have very, very strong skills to kill a Tholian. My people not quite as much, right? And Tiana hates everybody, would kill a Tholian out of spite. And Data, I almost also said it's not Data, that's actually Law. Twist. That Brett tricked you and it's actually Law wants to kill Tholians because crystals. So I almost, but that felt was a bit mean because it says Data.
Well, Joe Brown throws in $5 with not only characters and ships but also a scenario all in one super chat. Wesley and Icheb on Voyager versus Boimler and Dal on the Protostar. Each are convinced the other is going to betray the Federation and must be stopped. That's great. Add that, Brett.
Verbatim. Love it.
Joe, just so you know, just because it's Icheb doesn't have to be on Voyager, and just because it's Dal doesn't have to be on Protostar. You can pick any ships, or we could randomize the ships with those characters as well. So,
yeah,
interesting. Add those to the lineup.
We're already at 16 votes. I'm going to add another minute to the clock because, guys, we want to get all the votes. Also, because it's a tie. Vote in the poll.
Yes. 50 people here and 72 likes. I love that like number, but I want to get to 80. 8 more. If you're just joining us and haven't hit like yet, please do so. Whether you're on your phone or not, Dave and Laura, that's not an excuse not to vote. You can vote on your phone.
Yeah, but I just think the dog is so smart. The dog is definitely smarter than Data, right? Definitely smarter than Data. And T'Pol is definitely smarter than Tiana. So, and the Enterprise is much sexier than Horizon. So I feel like I should win just because every part of my grouping is stronger in general, irrelevant to the murder part. Or well, I didn't say murder, but it does say murder. The murder,
there was a murder. So
I think you guys are definitely to blame. So vote for me because Stuart's team is definitely to blame.
I must admit and capitulate that my team is much more skilled at being able to pull it off.
To kill crystals, yeah.
Probably have better reasons. Data could have been reprogrammed. He could have been affected by some kind of subspace anomaly. He could be lore.
So that was the timer, and it went. I got it back up to a tie. Because I was winning, then you were winning, then we were tied, then you were winning, then it went back to a tie as the time ran out. Oh dear.
It's a tiebreaker.
That's a tiebreaker.
Okay, so super chat whoever super chats first, they
Sure.
get to pick the winner. Or, well, as I forget who suggested it earlier, but the highest super chat gets to declare the victor. Then,
Oh, that is a cheeky, funny suggestion, Stuart. I like it.
We'll just sit here until that happens. It'll be like 5 hours from now if nobody super chats.
Goodness. That's a powerful. Yes, and tomorrow we are doing the ranking the best villains. In the current lineup, we have 43, I believe is the number. So that's a significant amount of villains. Not so we'll add any more because we do have some time. Stuart will be having a little think and add as needed. But yeah, I can definitely see breaking it down into more of a split because there is a broad spectrum. If you're saying antagonists as well, antagonists or frenemies, you know, that is a broad spectrum.
We'll break it down after, but tomorrow we'll just have a fun scattershot of like some of the bigger villains tier list. I think there's 35 on the list.
42-ish, yeah. In the 40s, yeah.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I mean, just you know, the TNG villains, the Voyager villains. There's so many good characters, right? And of course, then you start separating it down to, you know, and we said this in our internal chat, you know, the Borg Queen in Voyager is a different version than the Borg Queen in Picard. You could justifiably have those different personalities and different skill levels, right? So, subdividing. And if we did a multi, like with the best seasons, then you have a final round selection, who is the top A and S tier of all the villains of all the Trek series, and then who's the best overall. And it's interesting because if we've done this version, we've argued one thing, to then live all the other villains might entirely change our rankings because it'll be like we've actually had to really argue the whole spectrum, or might say appreciate different things, right?
Yeah.
Maybe our antagonist is the best villain overall versus a pure villain.
Break up the captains by series as well, because the captains discussion went really long, and we did miss a few captains as well.
Well, if you start with good alien captains as well, I mean, some alien captains are great, you know, Shran, Degra, you know, anyone of captain rank, etc.
JB, $5, Data and Tiana. Cha-ching.
That is the 5.
And we're going to also celebrate your 5th super chat on a live stream. 5 super chats.
I've never seen that as an option or as a thing to tell me.
Well, it happened like 2 weeks ago with a 3rd super chat, and I was like, what the hell is that? But yeah.
Thank you so much. So
congratulations on 5 super chats.
Thank you. So I guess we've got 4 minutes left of the live, so if anyone wants to put £6 in to vote for me instead, or $6, that's the power that... Well, that's what you said, high super chat.
That's true.
So a six for me.
But nobody likes you.
Or just be petty, put a 6 for you, and then you'll beat them as the winning super chat, but still the same winning person. Here we don't control the lives. Well, we do, but we don't.
Dave's giving me shit. He goes, I hit like, but I can't see how to vote. I might be dependent on the phone. Maybe iOS can't do it or something.
Yeah, Apples, yes. The Apples tend to, you know. Yeah. If you're an Apple phone, just go to a Pear phone or a Gooseberry phone. Use those instead. They're much better.
Peach ones are pretty cool, too.
If they don't get slapped around a bit too much. You gotta slap the peach. Yeah.
Peaches and eggplants, they have an interesting relationship. So I guess as of now,
melons as well.
Melons.
Melons and eggplant. They're a match made in heaven.
Yeah. And water emoji. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. What happened?
Well, you won, Stuart. Congratulations once again. Well done. Or Horizon won. You could look at it that way.
Yeah, Horizon did win.
Way. Way. The small victory I had to pull out of that was Horizon won. What if I search Horizon? What comes up? What point does my thing? Oh, I got a small Horizon in the Star Trek Expanded Universe wiki. That's nice. They misspelled Monroe. It's not Monroe. E at the end. See, I really want to update this because so many things happen in these films. I don't have a.
Is the Foley class there? Probably not.
Probably not. Although it amused me that Joshua once again said in a live, "I've even got the Foley in our last film." I'm like, don't tell Stuart that you said that, or don't tell Stuart that.
Is it actually the Foley this time?
I'm saying the time it appeared.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't the Foley.
Which I'm very proud about. It's the Avalon Universe Foley, but you know, Foley.
Which is just a Federation class.
Well, it's my custom Federation class. It's a special.
But looks nothing like a Foley class.
I wasn't trying to be. Wasn't the point of it.
You need to remaster that episode for them because
whole thing.
now
Just
you got
for
a good one.
The whole thing just for that. Well, I'm the second review, which is not second and fourth. Well, I'll take it. Although it might just be because I'm me. Let's give me those rankings.
Look up USS Foley. What happens?
No, I did nothing. Well, you look at Foley because I thought it was more specific, but no, nothing. Because it's not the Foley that is in Avalon. It's the Charleston, something like that. I can't remember.
So if you go to Google, which you did.
Oh no, I went to the new. I looked at the.
No, that's not fair. I gotta go to Google.
The expanded universe thing. I thought that's what you meant.
No.
Oh.
Type in your USS Horizon, see what happens, and then type in USS Foley and see what happens.
Well, I did Horizon, but yeah, I mean Foley, you're everywhere. That's Foley's.
Fuck yeah, I am.
That's the only thing. You're fucking
Type
everywhere.
USS Foley into Google. You won't be disappointed.
You got the Cygnus, you got the YouTube, you got Devon Art,
but like the
Scale Mates, you got Reddit.
The 8th one in is the Foley and the Horizon side by side.
Second for me.
What's the 8th one in for me? Yeah.
This is thrilling. Look at Stuart. Yeah. Who's Stuart Foley? Interview the Captain Stuart Foley of Trekyards. Who interviewed this? Neil Temple. Remember Neil Temple?
Yeah, he's a friend of Sky.
It's a 3-minute interview, Stuart. That's a very short interview. He went to the house for 3 minutes, apparently.
Oh, was that one in Comic-Con? He was just interviewing a lot of people.
Maybe.
If you type in Captain Foley Trekyards, I mean, there's a whole shit ton of stuff.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, so tune in tomorrow for best ranked villains, which I think will be a lot of fun.
Captain Foley on that list? Or Admiral Foley?
I don't know.
Universe Admiral Foley.
Oh, goodness.
Brett, we still don't have a winner in the winner's slot, even though I won.
That's totally what we're vamping for. I've already put it back to the thumbnail, Stuart, because, yeah, we end on the thumbnail. And actually, that's actually kind of interesting. The thumbnail is Moriarty and Geordi, and they went right to the end. So the thumbnail team did win at the out. Nice.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Nice. Blue team, Stuart. Blue team won. Alright, tune in tomorrow, guys, gals, and aliens. If you enjoyed this, do let us know in the comments down below. And keep tuning in.
That's right. So until next time, he is the loser, Commander Cockings.
And he is on the winning ship, Horizon. Designed by me.
No.
Cockings.
I'm Captain Foley, the winner.
On my ship, the Horizon. Beautiful. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.